The year was 2973. Across the galaxy, the Sol system had become nothing more than a myth. An empty region, once home to humanity, now silent for over 200 years. Alien empires believed Earth was gone forever, erased by time and politics. No signals, no ships, no life. But then something changed. A faint signal pulsed from deep within the Sol system. It was ancient, coded in old Earth dialect. But it was strong. Observatories across the stars picked it up. The signal repeated one message: Operation Return, commencing. In the heart of a derelict asteroid belt, hidden beneath layers of cloaking fields, a massive human warship came online. Its name was Horizon Vow. Black as night, it hovered silently in space, weapons still cold, engines humming faintly. Inside, deep within the cryogenic bay, Commander Alex Rourke slowly opened his eyes. Steam hissed from the pod as the cryo chamber disengaged. His breath was shaky. His body trembled from long-term suspension. AI systems moved quickly, warming his blood and stabilizing his muscles. Commander Rourke. The ship's AI spoke calmly. Status: you have been asleep for 214 years. Mission: Operation Return. Earth requests activation of Resurgence Fleet. Rourke didn't speak right away. He stepped out of the pod, looked around and saw the dark metallic walls of the command deck. Everything was as he remembered, except older. He clenched his fists. So, it's time. The ship's main screen lit up, showing dozens of dormant ships scattered across the void. Each one was human-built. Each one had waited in silence for over 2 centuries. Now they were waking up. Rourke moved to the bridge and took his seat. The chair recognized his biometric signature instantly. Lights blinked. The warship hummed louder. "Bring the fleet online," he said. "We're going home." One by one, the ships around Horizon Vow came to life. Massive dreadnoughts, sleek cruisers, and silent stealth ships lit up the blackness of space. The silence that had surrounded the Sol system was broken. On the other side of the galaxy, alien governments panicked. The Zerathi Empire, the strongest of them all, called an emergency meeting. Their High Chancellor, Virex, received the report with cold interest. "Earth's fleet," he growled, his violet eyes narrowing. "Impossible. They were finished." A younger aide whispered nervously. "The signal was clear, Chancellor. Humanity is active." Virex stood, staring at the holographic map now glowing red over Sol. "Then we must stop them before the others rally to their side. Humanity is not to return. Not now. Not ever." Back aboard Horizon Vow, Commander Rourke stood before the viewing panel, watching the stars. "They think we disappeared," he said softly to himself. "They thought we were broken." The AI replied, "Do you wish to broadcast our presence?" Rourke took a deep breath. "Yes, let them know Earth remembers everything." A bright blue beam shot from Horizon Vow, sending a universal message to all known systems. "Humanity has returned. We remember the betrayal. We are not here to forget." The galaxy stirred. The dominoes had begun to fall. In the heart of the galaxy, inside the floating city of Zereth Prime, the Galactic Council gathered in emergency session. Representatives from hundreds of alien species filled the chamber, their forms glowing, shifting, or pulsing with stress. Fear spread like wildfire. At the head of the chamber, the towering figure of High Chancellor Virex stood tall. His reptilian eyes burned with focus. His long, scaled hands gripped the edges of the podium. "The humans," Virex began, his deep voice echoing, "have returned." The room fell silent. He tapped a button, and a hologram of Horizon Vow hovered in the air. Its black frame, sharp design, and massive energy signature stunned the room. "This ship destroyed an entire recon fleet in Sector 9 without firing a single shot. Our ships were disabled. Their systems shut down. Our crews were left floating in the void." Murmurs spread across the chamber. A jelly-like ambassador bubbled nervously. "But the humans were erased. Your own records showed Earth was isolated, stripped of tech, left to collapse." Virex narrowed his eyes. Clearly, we were wrong. The truth was more complicated. Centuries ago, Virex had led a secret alliance to isolate Earth. He had seen potential in humans, but also chaos. Their minds were unpredictable. Their adaptability threatened the structure of the galaxy. So Earth was cut off, its colonies abandoned, its ships disabled, its name removed from records. It had worked, until now. Meanwhile, aboard Horizon Vow, Commander Rourke reviewed the Council's emergency transmissions. "They're afraid," the AI noted. "Good," Rourke replied. "Let them be." But Rourke was not here for war. He still hoped diplomacy could work. So he sent a message. "This is Commander Alex Rourke of Earth's Resurgence Fleet. We do not seek war. We seek truth and recognition. We were betrayed, and we have not forgotten." The message was calm, it was clear, but it was ignored. Within hours, Virex released his own message across all star systems. Humanity has returned. They come armed and vengeful. For the safety of the galaxy, they must be stopped. Images of Horizon Vow were edited to look terrifying. Old battles were shown out of context. Stories of Earth's aggression flooded every network. Propaganda began to spread. Billions of beings saw Earth as a new threat. Some believed it. Others began to doubt. Rourke knew this was coming. He gathered his senior officers and laid out the plan. "We won't fire first," he said. "But if they come for us, we finish what they started." Back on Zareth Prime, one of the younger council members, a crystalline being named Taliax, spoke up during a closed session. "Chancellor Virex," Taliax said carefully, "shouldn't we at least speak to them?" Virex turned slowly toward him. "You have not seen what I've seen. Humanity hides fire behind every word. I will not let them burn us again." As the council argued, a small Zarethi recon fleet was sent to intercept the human fleet near Sector Juno. They were ordered not to communicate, only to observe. But Horizon Vow saw them coming. With a single pulse of its defense systems, every enemy ship in the fleet shut down mid-flight. No damage. No casualties, just silence. The ships drifted helplessly in space until Rourke ordered his AI to tow them safely back across the border. A single message was sent with them. "This was your warning. The next will not be." In response, Virex ordered full military activation. The galaxy was on edge. Old rivalries started to boil again. Small powers began to panic. And far in the darkness, more human ships began to wake. The silence of Earth was over. Inside the command bridge of Horizon Vow, Commander Alex Rourke stood before a glowing screen. The AI had just decrypted hidden files buried deep in Earth's military archives. The data confirmed his worst fear. The exile of Earth had been intentional. Virex and his allies had voted in secret, centuries ago, to isolate humanity. They feared human unpredictability, creativity, and growing military power. Earth wasn't destroyed. It was silenced. Rourke clenched his jaw. "They tried to erase us from history." The AI spoke softly, but they failed. Humanity remembered. Across space, more ships of the Resurgence Fleet awakened. Some drifted in deep asteroid fields, others beneath the surfaces of dead moons. They had slept in silence, waiting for the recall signal. Horizon Vow led the growing fleet toward Station Vela, an old relay hub and one of Earth's last allied outposts before the fall. Rumors said it had gone dark, but survivors might still be there. As they approached, the station came into view. It was in bad shape. Half its outer hull was scorched, and its signal was weak, but it was still alive. "Hail the station," Rourke ordered. A crackling voice answered. "This is Captain Mira Lane. If you're human, then we've been waiting a long time." Relief spread through the crew. Horizon Vow docked, and Rourke met Mira face to face. She was older, tired, and had spent decades defending Vela with limited resources. But her eyes still held fire. "We knew Earth would come back," she said. "So we stayed." Mira explained what had happened after Earth's disappearance. Survivors formed scattered outposts, hunted by small fleets loyal to the Galactic Council. The truth was hidden. Anyone who spoke of Earth was silenced or labeled insane. She led Rourke into the station's archive room. Inside were messages, coordinates, and names, records of hidden Earth colonies that had survived in silence. "These are your people," she said. "They've been waiting for someone to fight back." With the new data, Rourke set a new course. "We find them. We bring them back. And we show the galaxy that humanity never died." Just as preparations began, Sarathi patrol ships arrived in orbit. They demanded the surrender of Horizon Vow and the station. Rourke stood on the bridge, calm but ready. "They want to test us again." The AI activated Phantom Protocol, a defensive stealth system. Horizon Vow vanished from sensors. In seconds it reappeared behind the enemy formation. With precision strikes, it disabled their engines, hacked their systems, and shut them down without firing a single destructive shot. Rourke opened a direct channel. "You sent warships to silence survivors. We sent a warning. The next time we won't hold back." The Sarathi ships were left powerless, floating helplessly in space. The galaxy took notice. Videos of the incident spread through the black markets and rebel channels. Rumors grew louder. Earth was back, and it was stronger than ever. Inside Vela, Mira smiled for the first time in years. "You're not just returning, Commander. You're starting something bigger." Rourke nodded. "Let the galaxy watch. The shadows of the past are behind us now. It's time to move forward." The fleet left Vela behind, stronger, faster, and with more allies than before. And somewhere in the distance, more Earthborn colonies waited for a signal. News of Earth's return was spreading fast. Smuggler networks, black market traders, and rogue systems all carried whispers of the resurgence fleet. Some called them a myth. Others called them humanity's revenge. In the center of this storm, High Chancellor Virex grew more desperate. Earth's quiet strength, its refusal to attack recklessly, made it harder to label them as invaders. The galaxy was watching and questioning. Inside the council chamber of Zereth Prime, Virex slammed his fist against the command table. "They're gaining sympathy," he hissed. "If we don't act now, we lose control of the entire balance." Other council members were growing uneasy. The Yulari ambassador, a peaceful aquatic race, spoke cautiously. "Perhaps we should speak to them. Commander Rourke hasn't made any aggressive moves." Virex glared. "No. You've forgotten what humans are capable of." "I haven't." That day, the Chancellor declared the formation of a powerful new military alliance, the Coalition of Control, made up of the galaxy's largest empires. Their goal: destroy the human fleet before it could gain more support. Massive fleets were mobilized. Thousands of ships gathered in the Nerion field, a deep space zone outside regulated space. This was where Virex planned to make his stand. But Rourke was ready. From the bridge of Horizon Vow, Rourke watched the growing enemy presence on the holographic display. "They're not here to talk," he said. "They're here to end us before the truth spreads." The AI responded, "Enemy ships outnumber us 10 to 1. Rourke remained calm. "But they don't understand what Earth has become." The Resurgence fleet activated a defense formation. Their ships didn't form lines. They moved in fluid patterns, silently linked by quantum communication. No delays, no signals to intercept, just perfect synchronization. The battle began. The coalition opened fire. First waves of plasma beams, guided torpedoes, and electronic warfare pulses flooded the zone. But the human ships moved like shadows. Each attack passed through empty space. Earth's vessels dodged, disrupted, and returned fire with precision. At the heart of the chaos, Horizon Vow unleashed pulse disruptors, weapons that didn't destroy, but shut down enemy systems completely. Dozens of coalition ships went dark within minutes. Still, the coalition pushed harder. Their flagships closed in, desperate to win a decisive blow. But they underestimated Earth's new weapon, Aegis Mind, the fleet's central AI command system. It could simulate enemy movements, predict attacks, and rewrote commands in real time. While Rourke gave orders, Aegis Mind executed them faster than any alien fleet could respond. In one coordinated strike, Earth's fleet disabled over half the Coalition's ships, without a single human loss. On Zereth Prime, Virex watched the reports come in. "Impossible," he whispered. "They're not fighting like before. This isn't the same humanity." Suddenly, a new signal cut across all galactic networks. It was a broadcast from Rourke, undeniable, raw and clear. Stood before a black Earth flag, and spoke to every corner of the galaxy. "We do not seek war, but we remember the betrayal, and we will not be erased again." Then came the final blow. Rourke released classified historical data proving that Earth had been betrayed by the Council centuries ago. Hidden votes, secret military strikes. The truth spread like fire. Civil unrest began in several Council-aligned worlds. Protests, riots, and resistance erupted. Sten began questioning Virex's version of history. Sten to the Council, confusion turned to fear. And for the first time in centuries, cracks appeared in the foundation of the galactic order. Commander Rourke stood on his bridge, calm and steady. "Sten, this was only the beginning," he said. The galaxy was no longer united. After the battle at Narration Field and the release of Earth's secret exile files, chaos spread across star systems. Worlds once loyal to the Galactic Council began to break away. Protests filled city streets. Civil war sparked on at least 4 major planets. The myth of a dangerous, war-hungry humanity had shattered. And now, many saw Earth not as a threat, but as a symbol of resistance. But High Chancellor Virex would not surrender control so easily. In a hidden chamber beneath the palace on Zereth Prime, he activated an ancient device, one that had not been touched in centuries. A weapon created during the First Empire Wars, the Solar Core Cannon. A sun-draining weapon capable of turning stars into black holes. His scientist warned him. "It's unstable. It could destroy entire systems." Virex didn't care. Then let it be the last thing they ever see. Meanwhile, on board Horizon Vow, Commander Alex Rourke met with his senior officers. Intel from a rebel contact confirmed that the Chancellor planned to fire the weapon from Orbit Zerolon, a long-abandoned military station hidden behind a collapsed star. "If he activates it," Rourke said, pointing to the map, "he can erase any star system we control. Millions will die." His crew stared at him, waiting. "We end it now." The Resurgence fleet jumped to Zerolon, the location of Virex's final defense. There, the Coalition had placed its last elite fleet, a massive formation of warships guarding the core weapon. As Horizon Vow arrived, it was met with immediate resistance. Laser fire filled the void. Giant destroyers pushed forward. Earth's fleet spread out, weaving through the storm. Smaller human ships hacked enemy navigation systems, turning their weapons on each other. Drone swarms disabled engines without killing pilots. But this battle was different. The Coalition fought harder, more desperate. On the bridge, Rourke remained focused. "We don't need to destroy them," he said. "We just need to get to the cannon." Behind enemy lines, Earth's stealth frigates launched a silent assault on the Zerolon platform. Inside, special units fought room by room, trying to reach the weapon's core before Virex could activate it. But Virex was already there. In the control room, he stood before the activation panel, his fingers hovering over the final sequence. "Let them call us monsters," he whispered. "They'll only remember the silence that followed." Then bang, the doors burst open. Rourke stepped in, weapon drawn. "No more silence," he said. The two locked eyes, one fighting to control, the other fighting to end the cycle. Virex tried to stall, to argue, but Rourke moved first. A warning shot struck the console. Sparks flew. The activation was cancelled. The weapon shut down. "You don't get to decide who lives or dies," Rourke said coldly. Virex was arrested on the spot. Earth's team secured the station. The solar core cannon was dismantled. Across space, the news broke fast. Earth had stopped the Chancellor's final strike. The Coalition collapsed within hours. Member species withdrew, leaders resigned, and the Galactic Council was dissolved. The old system had fallen, like dominoes, one empire at a time. The human fleet, once seen as a threat, now stood at the center of galactic change. But Rourke wasn't interested in ruling. Back on Horizon Vow, as the fleet gathered in peaceful formation, he looked out the viewport and said quietly, "We didn't come to conquer, we came to be remembered." Silence fell across the stars. The great empires that once ruled with fear and power had crumbled. The Galactic Council, which had silenced Earth centuries ago, no longer existed. Its members had either stepped down or fled. The coalition of control was gone. India's proud face, Sirst Pharaohs. What remained were confused governments, scattered fleets, and billions of beings looking for something new. And all eyes were now on Earth. In the days after the final battle at Orbit Cerulon, peace signals began to arrive. Former enemy factions sent envoys to speak with Commander Rourke. One by one, they asked for dialogue, not war. They wanted to understand the truth. They wanted to hear Earth's side. Inside the large hall of Unity Station, a neutral meeting ground built by independent systems, leaders from dozens of species gathered for the first post-war assembly. The human fleet didn't arrive in force. Just one ship appeared, Horizon Vow, escorted by a few support cruisers. No weapons raised, no threats, only presence. Commander Rourke walked into the chamber alone. His uniform was simple, no medals, no armor, just the black emblem of Earth stitched to his chest. The room went silent. He stood at the center, looked around at the faces, alien, robotic, organic, crystalline, and spoke clearly. "We didn't return to take power. We returned because history was stolen from us. Our people were silenced. Our name was erased. And still, we chose to come back with control, not conquest." Some representatives nodded. Others listened with guarded eyes. Rourke continued, "Humanity doesn't want a throne. We want a future. For ourselves, and for those who've also been cast aside." He stepped back. There was no applause, no cheers, but there was respect. Back aboard Horizon Vow, Rourke stood in the viewing bay, watching Earth from orbit. The planet looked peaceful now, green, blue, bright. After centuries of isolation, it was alive again. Mira Lane appeared beside him, looking out. "They're calling it the New Dawn," she said. He smiled. "It fits." The Resurgence fleet had completed its mission, not through domination, but by proving humanity's worth, restraint, and strength. In the weeks that followed, Earth was offered a place in the forming Unified Star Accord, a new council built not on control, but cooperation. Humanity accepted, not to lead, but to guard the balance. And then, as silently as they had arrived, the Resurgence fleet began to withdraw. Their ships disappeared back into the stars, watching quietly from the edges of known space. No longer exiled, no longer forgotten. They had returned, and the galaxy would never be the same.